Hi, Rick Van Wieren here with Remax Properties, and I'm here today with Jim Ver Meer from Senior Living Decisions. And Jim, thanks for joining us.
Hello, Rick. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming and talking about a very important topic today. The population is aging, and one of the things that we're seeing in the real estate market is we've got more and more situations coming up where people are having to make some difficult decisions. And today we're talking about how to make some of those decisions so that they can stay in their home longer. And Jim, you run across this all the time.
I do. I'm an advisor, and some people assume I'm there to get them out of their home and into a community. That is my bread and butter. But I often talk myself out of a placement because families aren't aware of the resources to help keep them safe at home.
Well, that's exactly right. And I end up with the same thing. Sometimes the call originates because somebody's thinking they need to sell their house, and what they really need to do is, maybe make some wider doorways and add a ramp and a stair lift or something like that, and they can make that work for another 5 to 10 years. And especially if they can bring in outside help. And you have a whole crew of people that you recommend for bringing in outside help for people, don't you?
Well, and that's, I think, a lot like you. I sit down with the clients, and I like to sit down face to face. Sometimes it's all phone, and we have a child on the East Coast and another one in California. But we ask a lot of questions because sometimes the clients don't know what questions to ask because they don't know what's available.
Right.
And so, yes, we're resources, and then we have access to full range of, everything from, contact the area agency on aging for caregiver support or home modifications. Maybe it's a contractor. I think you probably maintain hard lists, don't you?
Well, we've got some lists, but I've been so impressed, and one of the reasons I've got Jim here joining us today is because this is a team sport when it comes to helping people with issues that are as complicated as aging is concerned. And, staying in your home is just one of the many options that we've got to kind of walk through with people a little bit to figure out which one's the best one. And our goal as a real estate team is to really try to help come up with the best solution, and that isn't always selling the house and making somebody move. Sometimes it really is coming up with a team like what Jim runs that can help with all of the logistics that make that house that they've been in for a long time sometimes last for a lot longer.
All right, so modifications sounds like a big word, and a plethora of options. One of the first people think about is a ramp. And that sometimes there can be funding for a ramp, a wheelchair ramp to get into the house. Other times it doesn't need to be anything that's substantial. Even modifications in the house, get rid of rugs. There's a whole clinical practice, home health that will visit, and an occupational therapist. Occupation is your work, so it's kind of a misnomer. But that clinical area deals with what keeps you safe throughout your day. Moving rugs that are shifting around. Sometimes it's this floor, this carpet is tall. Maybe it's orange shag carpet. Maybe it's a trip hazard. So sometimes that's a change.
Yep.
It can be as simple as low vision. Feeling the dots on the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
So putting little rubber, like the cabinet stoppers,
sure,
on the on button or the 1 minute. So it doesn't have to be huge.
Yeah.
But it can also be costly, where there you want to be with a professional, a licensed, some are contractors to make a modification to the home, open a doorway.
Yep. And sometimes we're not even talking about changing the house at all. Sometimes it's literally bringing in somebody who can help clean, somebody who can help take care of the lawn. To make a home last longer for a person can have a wide range. And one of the reasons we're here today with Jim again is because Jim at Senior Living Decisions helps seniors make good decisions about their living situation so that they're looking at all the options and making wise decisions. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Rick.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.